Hey guys, Lisa, One Happy Place Creations. I need a flower for a project, so I was going to show you how to make. Now this is one that I used on a book I made years ago, but it's a t-shirt flower, and it's really cute, and it takes on a life of its own. It's got a little kind of a mother of pearl center to it. But just really cute on the book. It just finished it off nicely. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. You need about a 22, 24 inch. You may not use it all. You may use it all depending on how you do it. But this is just a piece of t-shirt. And it's cut, what is this, about 2.5 inches wide. And I'm going to have a 2.5 inch circle. Just out of cardstock, felt, you know, whatever you want. I think it would be easier to start it on cardstock. And then all we're going to do to start is we're going to flip this over. And you want to do as least amount of glue, hot glue as possible, because you don't want to have to be fighting the hot glue. But you just put a thin strip along the bottom edge and fold it over, and just be careful, because you know, if you get that hot glue straight on your finger, you're gonna be going ow. And I usually do at least once through the throughout the process, but we'll see. Maybe this time will be a happy time. Okay, it is nicer to have, if you've got a craft mat, you can utilize that to keep the hot glue from ruining your surfaces. But so we're just going to run through this. I'm going to do a t-shirt one, and I'm going to do one made out of some denim blue jeans. And they are just stinking cute, quick, easy. You always have the supplies on hand, because who doesn't have an old crappy t-shirt that's got stains on it? You can do these in any color of the rainbow. You can use your kids' old clothes they grow out of, and you, before you know it, will have just a ton of beautiful flowers you can decorate your home with. You can put them on stems and put them in, you know, if you do them right, you can do them on stems and put them in a bouquet. I mean, the sky's the limit with this kind of thing. But these are going to be a flat-bottomed one to go on a project. So hopefully I've been staying in camera through this whole thing. We're almost done with this process. As you can see, I whipped through this. This is about a 24-inch piece, and I whipped through that pretty quick. Now the next thing, and get all the little spider webs. Everybody's not the part they don't like the most. So now I'm going to put the two ends together, and then I'm going to flip it over one more time and kind of get all of these equaled up. And then I'm going to take my scissors, take my scissors, and I'm just going to start cutting down about 2/3 of the way. You don't want to get too close to where you've just hot glued, and you just some people, I mean, I've done these flowers where I've made the petals all different sizes, and I didn't like it as much, but you know, it might just be a look you're looking for. I try and make them as uniform as possible, but I'm not sweating it. And you just keep going all the way across. And get your petals cut out. And the nice thing with t-shirt is it doesn't really, yeah, what you call it, the threads don't come out. It doesn't fray. There we go. But there, ooh. Now, if you do cut all the way through, it's not a big deal. Because you can just incorporate it in as you go. and I'll hopefully we'll remember. Now I'm going to open, I got to the end, and I'm going to open it up, and you see this one piece here is a little bigger, so then I'm going to go ahead and get some petals cut in that section. And I didn't do that here either. So see this, now I have 4 sections that I have to cut because it's opened all the way. And if you didn't guess, this is the jeans one. They do fray, so you get, oops, I almost cut my cord. Get electrocuted right here on YouTube. How exciting would that be? Okay, so now I've got my 2.5-inch circle, and I'm just going to put a little bit on here, grab my end, and I like to, and I'm just going to pinch it and place it. Just kind of pinch it and place it. Alright, now this, and then I flip it back over and I work. This is the way I work. I'm right-handed. I don't know if I do it backwards because I do some things left-handed and some things right-handed. So, because my mom was left-handed and she taught me how to do a lot of things. So, you'll just have to figure out what's going to work for you. And, oops, you don't want to glue the petals down. So you just put some hot glue on there, and I think I'm going to, and you want to stay to the edge. You don't want to use up all your flour. You want your flour to be full. If you start spiraling in too fast, you won't have a nice thick full flour. If you get glue on there, for the most part, it'll pull off. That's the one it got stuck down on the thing. If you don't like where the placement is, just pull it up, and you'll get to do it again. I think I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you can really see what I'm doing here. Okay. So, I didn't like where that placement went because I pulled it too far in. And as you can see, up to this point, I'm staying right on the edge. So I'm going to hot glue a little bead. I don't do too much. And I'm going to kind of pinch and place it into the hot glue. So it's giving me some thickness. Okay. Make sure I'm staying in camera. Again, you get some hot glue, and you're just going to, now if you get, you know, it doesn't really matter if you are getting some spots that are really thick and some spots that are not, because you're going to be spiraling in and you're going to fill in a lot of the evils here. So again, we're going to spiral. My hand is just not that steady today. And I'm trying to do it where I can show you what I do without getting everything in the way. So you just kind of, you can place it down on the hot glue and then push it over. Now that didn't really get caught. I'm going to try and squirt a little in there and just kind of catch that so it isn't real loose. Alright, keep going. Make sure I'm still in camera here. And sorry, with the glue gun, I'm getting it all in the way. You can't see what I'm doing. So another way is lay it down and scrunch it up. And you just kind of scrunch the glue up with it. See, I'm sorry, I do it with my left hand. It's kind of weird. Okay, still, yeah. So we're going to bring this around. I'll see if I can do it with my right. I'm laying on the glue and I'm just kind of pulling the glue over to where I want it to stick. Okay, hopefully maybe you saw that one. I'll do it again. I can't do it and watch myself at the same time. I'm going to lay it over and then I'm going to squinch the glue and pull. And you know, you got to work pretty quick because you don't have that much time. When that glue dries, it's done. Okay, so now I'm at the point where I'm going to start spiraling in, and I'm going to keep the glue right at the edge of this of the first line of petals. So I'm just going to bring that right around like that. Again, I'm going to lay it down, kind of squinch the glue up, and keep it pushed against the petals, the first row of petals. This actually goes pretty quick. I mean, before you know it, you've got a completed flower here. Just lay it down and squinch it up. And you'll know when you run out of glue because it'll just keep falling back on you. And if I end up not having enough t-shirt, I can make some more up real quick. I always cut more than I need, but I didn't finish it up here. But usually 22, 24 inches will give you a nice flower, because once you start really winding this up into the center, you're really not using that much. Okay, staying in, and I'm just continue following around on the petals. There we go. Trying not to get glue on the petals because it does, you know, it does get it gooey and doesn't really come off super easy. But again, it is just used t-shirt, so, and a piece of cardstock and some glue. So, you know, you're not really out anything if you screw up one so bad. Not that that's really possible, but yeah, you just cut some more t-shirt. You can get a lot of flowers out of one t-shirt. A lot of flowers. And I'm going to have to make myself some more. Okay. Well, if I choose to do a big centerpiece, see, and the more you work with this t-shirt, and the more you really scrub it up, no, that piece. Okay, so when you have this happen, it just ripped. Or that's probably the one that I cut almost to the end. You just want to really carefully stick a piece of glue down in there and put your petal back down in there. And let that dry before you smush it, or you'll really just flatten that one petal. But yeah, little spider webs everywhere. So yeah, if you, the more you work this, the more fun they become. And there's a petal that didn't get cut very well, so you just go back and give it a good cut. So that's pretty much it on how to do the t-shirt flowers. I'm not going to make you, I probably am going to do some more. And, well, let me show you how you integrate them. Let me just get a bit more of this done real quick here. I won't need too much more. I wanted this to be a fairly quick video, and I'm already at 14 minutes. Goodness gracious sakes alive. Let me just cut some quick. When you've got less thickness, it's a lot easier to cut down too far, so be really careful. Okay, so now when I'm going to integrate the end of this piece with the beginning of this piece, I'm going to take this one and I'm going to get it down where I want it. And you just kind of grab that end and push it down onto the hot glue. so that you've actually finished that end. And then you're going to take your new piece and kind of tuck it in behind it or in front, whatever's going to work for you, and kind of squish a little bit in there. And then you're just going to continue on. Just continue on. And like I said, you don't really use, I wanted this one to be really kind of full. You just kind of lay it down and crunch it up as you go around. And cut a little bit more here. Okay. You just got to keep in mind what all you're going to want. I'm just kind of laying this on the glue and squishing it. But you want to, and at this point is when you want to kind of look at it and say, okay, I've got, it's a little heavier on this side than it is on this side, so I want to at least bring it around to about here. And that's going to even it up a little bit. I'm even fluffing this. You can see that this side is much thicker than this side. So, and I think I've got just enough to do that, because again, you're going around a much smaller circle. So I'm going to get some glue down in there. And at this point, you're just kind of sticking it as close to the side that you're working on as possible. And get that squinched around. And I'm going to fluff it up and look at it. And I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to cut it right where I ended. And I'm going to put, let's see, let me get one more. Let me get one more petal in there. Okay, and then I'm just going to put some glue down in there. Again, you don't have much room in there now. And I'm going to grab and smush and make sure that I grab the end of that t-shirt and stick it down into the center. Okay, so there is a really cool, fun t-shirt flower. Now you do, I'm not going to go through this one, but I will do this. I'm making a bunch of these and putting them on my Etsy shop, so you'll see the finished product if you want to look at my Etsy shop. Paper, Lace, and Bling. And let me come back out a little bit and show you again. This was a book I made years ago, and there's the flower. And they take on a quality all their own. They're very cool, very soft, just really neat and fun. And again, do it with any colors you want. Find whatever. I don't put the centers in for me personally. I'll make them, but I don't put the centers in because I want the centers to speak to the whatever I'm putting it on. So you guys have fun with this. Go, and I hope you find your happy place and craft today. Bye for now.